The ball stopped a bit, or he probably played a little early. Ball falling short of the fielder, close in the short extra cover there.
Just a little bit of encouragement here for Suranga Lucknow, maybe try and energize him. It's been a disappointing performance so far from him. No wickets, the kitty. Wide, that's a bad delivery, and it's been punished. You can't afford a ball short and wide like that. 4 more runs to finish the over. It's 39 for 3.
সর্বোৎকৃষ্ট কাঁচামালে তৈরি গাজী পিভিসি পাইপ, আগাগোড়া মজবুত, বাংলাদেশের সেরা পাইপ। গাজী পাইপ আগে আসতে কত উপকারী না পাইতাম।
গাজী প্রথম, গাজী সেরা।
It's only Tilatananja, 1 for 37, who's really had made an impression on the bowlers with this wicket and 4.11 the economy rate. Others have been taken to the cleaners. Lakshman Pradeep as the opening bowlers have not done too badly. Economy rate lower than the 6th mark. Gunaratne into his 5th. Down the wicket, checks a shot. Mahmudullah Riyad was thinking of going big. Wisely, he just checked a shot. Have a look at the last ball of the last over. It's just that kind of uppercut kind of shot. Just enough, late enough to take it away from the efforts of the fielder in the deep. He knew exactly where he's going to play that. A single.
Yes, you can't afford to bowl short, wide, outside the off stump. Here's Mushfiqur Rahim. Shot well played by him and got him 4 runs. Mahmudullah Riyad and Mushfiqur Rahim may be brother-in-laws in relation, but they've partnered their side, had good partnerships. One that they surely look to build here today also.
And they're just milking the runs quite comfortably. The way using the angles pretty well, not making an effort to hit the balls too hard. They know that they've got the momentum. They know that if they hang on to the wickets with the last 10 overs coming up, there will be an opportunity to go big. And with the T20 format now played all over the world, the whole mindset has changed in the approach in the last 10 overs. You can expect huge runs, lots of runs in the last 10 if you have wickets in hand. Attempt to tap it round.
But to keep the scoreboard rotating as well. Both seem to be intent on taking those singles. Mushfiqur Rahim has that ability to score big, hit big as well. Mahmudullah Riyad, as you said earlier, also has those big shots. Very, very large crowd here.
Long it around, 2 fielders converging on it, and one's going to get to it. Well done. Need to save every single run. Sri Lankas have been reasonably good in the outfield. They've covered a lot of ground and taken a lot of deliveries which could have gone for runs, but some areas, catching department maybe left a little to be desired. Again, waits on it, closes the face of the bat, and helps himself to another single to complete over number 40, 243 for 3.
কি প্রবলেম? বোর এই যে ক্যাসেল,
আর এই যে প্রিন্সেস পিঙ্কি, এই যে দেখো বাইরের জনি সুপার চিকেন আর সুপার মশলা ফ্লেভারে সুপার টেস্টি ইবাদ এগ ইনস্টিটিউট নুডলস যখন এত মজা, মজা তখন ঠেকায় কে? এগিয়ে চলো কল্পনার রাজ্যে।
With 10 overs to go, that's how it looks. 3 and 3, they're going to go at this rate. more likely it's going to go over that. The signal for the third and final power play comes into effect. And of course, the Sri Lankans will have that luxury of an extra fielder outside the 30-yard circle. Maybe try and save some more runs. Waits on that, but it stopped well at backward point. He's disappointed. The start on that, he thought.
It's been an even contest with the bat and ball, where you saw the Sri Lankans bowling very well, keeping good hold on the Bangladeshi batsmen early on. And the Bangladeshi batsmen also looked pretty intent, pretty solid in their approach. Besides the one or two moments of indiscretion by Anamul Haq, where he was seen flirting with the ball outside the off stump. A few catches here and there, as you said. Besides that, I thought the overall fielding, the out cricket was very good.
Well, have a look at the comparison of Mahmudullah Riyad against seam and against spin in 2017. Leg side is favoured when it's the seam bowlers. I'll come back to that. The Yorker length delivery there. Just see the comparison of how he changes his style of scoring. Very distinct. On the leg side, 20%. When he's facing the seamers against spin, only 8%. But he's going against the spinners. He's prepared to go down the wicket in the V. 51% of his runs coming in that area. With the seamers, he's prepared to just guide the balls behind square and on either side of the wicket. So, distinct change in attitude. That is very, very good comparison. I really appreciate that, to explain to our viewers how the approach, the mindset, and the tactics of a batsman works. That's up in the air. Catch it is the call. It's going to go and drop short of the fielder. He takes a single.
And it also shows the kind of game plan that he makes and how he goes about executing it. He would have liked to time it, the shot he would have liked to time it better.
Well, if he timed it better, Ishtiaq would have gone down that fielder's throat, unfortunately. So, maybe blessing in disguise as he leans back and the sweeper picks up, but not before they take another single. 41 overs completed, 246 for 3.
সর্বোৎকৃষ্ট কাঁচামালে তৈরি গাজী পিভিসি পাইপ, আগাগোড়া মজবুত, বাংলাদেশের সেরা পাইপ। গাজী পাইপ আগে আসলে কত উপকারী না পাইতাম।
গাজী প্রথম, গাজী শেষ।
Bangladesh going at 6 runs and over exactly after 41 overs. Mahmudullah Riyad on 8. Shikar Rahim on a very well compiled 41 runs. But over boundary and a couple of boundaries. That 41 striking at 117.10. Partnership with 19 of 19. Another little pause in play as we see a change in the bowling. I think Dhananjaya coming into bowl his last over. 1 for 37 is what he's achieved at 4.11 his economy, which is excellent under the circumstances when the team scoring rate is 6 per over. So 4.11 from Akila Dhananjaya is exemplary.
Nudges down the leg side for a single. A score of 300 from here looks a good prospect. And as we saw Sri Lankans chase against Zimbabwe the other day, chasing 290, even 300 is the score. Bangladesh not necessarily would be very comfortable with, unless and until it's well in excess of 300 runs.
A hint of a turn there, but is on top of that, waits for it to come on to the bat and just an angle that gets him another run. Yeah, right, you're right, Ishtiaq. I think they've gone to a position where they can feel that 300 might not be enough, should not be enough. They should tell themselves it's at least 20 runs more than that from now on, with just under 10 overs to go, with wickets in hand and the wicket track playing quite beautifully. They're batting friendly. They are getting a bit of turn, but not enough to bother the batsmen as such. Really pick and choose their runs. Still going to be a big hit from Mahmoodullah Riyad now. Oh, it's going down the leg side. It's a little bit of a yelp, more an appeal in vain than any commitment. It's a sort of instant reaction, I thought. I was obviously not interested in that one.
Our fellow colleague Mazhar and the statistician tells us that Mahmoodullah Riyad and Mushfiqur Rahim have an average as partners of 38 runs per innings. And 148 runs were the partnership that they had against England in the quarterfinals, 2015, 141 precisely. Qualified for the quarterfinals, I'm corrected.
So over 42 done, 249 for 3.
রনি, দরজাটা খোল। শুনছো, মেহমান এসছে। ওই কাজু বিস্কুটটা দাও।
আরে তোমরাই তো সব শেষ করে দিলে। মেহমান কোথায়?
তুমি তো মেহমান ছাড়া দাও না। আসল কাজু বাদামও ভরা ও ফ্রেশ বাটারের সাথে ইফাদ কাজু ডিলাইট বিস্কিট শুধু মেহমানের জন্য নয়।
Right, we are into the last 8 overs of the Bangladesh innings, 249 for 3. It's been a very good batting performance by the Bangladeshi batsman. A reverse sweep. Having said that, I must also say that it's been a good surface to bat on. This is Wanindu Hasaranga having to fill in that 5th bowler's role. The 250 is up. What do you reckon, Ali? How much do you think Bangladesh should be looking at?
I said 330. I was on about an hour ago. I thought that might be the order of the day, as far as where they were at, wickets in hand. Sri Lanka will have to have a lot of things go their way for them to keep them under that. And well, as we sit at the moment, they're going to have to play a few big shots. Anything under 330, I reckon Sri Lanka would think they've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think so. I certainly think so, because the Sri Lankans will tell themselves that this is a good surface. In fairness, we haven't seen anything. No ball has spun. We spoke about no movement at all. Not in the air, not off the pitch. The outfield is quick. Sri Lanka needs to back themselves.
To be fair, there's been a bit of turn, but it's been slow turn. And I think it's easy for batsmen to adjust to that. They'll tell you when it's quick turn, that's when it's difficult. Much like the other day, I don't see any dissimilar nature, to be honest, as far as the surfaces are concerned. I think this is a good one. Zimbabwe 290 the other day. Sri Lanka just short in the end. They'll be able to particular game. They know what it's like to chase down a decent total, so they've got that sort of experience under the belt as it is. That'll give them some confidence going into the second half of the game. But they've got to finish well here to make sure that they don't let them get away. And this is a very good over, just the 3 from it. Got to really concentrate on this last delivery now, make sure that they don't get a boundary.
Yeah, it's a good over. Just a single. 4 on top of it, 253 for 3.
প্রাকৃতিকভাবে কোলেস্ট্রল মুক্ত ইফাদ সলিড গোল্ড রাইস ব্র্যান অয়েল, সচল সুস্থ জীবন।
Quite well, 26 runs in the last 5 overs, and they've got a wicket as well. So there is some semblance of control, but that also shows you what is available for Bangladesh. Up to Mashrafi Mortaza, they'll be telling themselves that they got capable batsmen. They got two batsmen to come in, Nasir Hussain and Shabir Rahman. And just look at the Sri Lankan situation. The Gunaratne Hasaranga now have bowled 11 between them. Maybe they'll want to get in another over, possibly an over or two if they can, because Thisara Perera has gone for a few. Danaji has completed. So Lakmal Pradeep will obviously be the ones to look to try and end things. So 7 overs to go. Pradeep is back.
Yeah, you'd have to say that they're thinking with only 3 down, want to go at 10 to the over from here on in. You can afford to throw a bit of caution to the wind. They'll know that, the Sri Lankan bowlers and fielders, they've got to be on the money.
One thing about Bangladesh is they've run very well between wickets. The Sri Lankans haven't helped their cause because there have been a few close calls. Few direct hits would have been very interesting and would have been much tighter. Also, the Sri Lankans will blame themselves, can only blame themselves for those early misses. All these things can add on to try and hurt you towards the end. And look at that, they've run 108 singles, 113 dot balls, 24s and 4 sixes. So, it looks a good surface. Oh, that's a good shot. Take that. On the up and through extra cover. That was pent.
Gee whiz, what a stroke that is. Mahmudullah Riyad just gave himself a hint of room, stood tall, hit it on top of the bounce, on the up, crashed it through the covers for 4. Went so quickly to the boundary. Terrific stroke.
Yeah, tells you how good this surface is. Just trusting the bounce and hitting it on the up, just giving himself a bit of room. No one back on the extra cover boundary. He's a man on the point boundary though. Good to have those mix being thrown in. Now that was a slower one. Sri Lankans need to try and keep it down to about 6 runs an over if they can. It's not easy. If they would have done that, if they're able to do that, they would have done very well. Now this is that attempted, or that was the slower delivery from Nuwan Pradeep. Bowlers have developed a lot of skill in executing those slower balls. Look at the average speed and change from the fastest to the slowest. Oh, well done, good work. Just over the keeper's gloves. Good thinking by Mushfiqur Rahim, getting inside the line. It was premeditated for sure.
Yeah, he's prone to these sort of strokes. Another slower ball, so just had to wait for it a little bit. Did Mushfiqur Rahim and managed to get it just out of the prying reach of Niroshan de Quella. Nobody down there, another boundary.
He's now on 49. Already 9 runs in the over, so Bangladesh looking to try and turn it on here. 2 balls to go, so what you said about the 10 runs an over at an average used to be the plan here, or a little bit more than that. Well, that's his 50. And he does it in style. Good work in the deep. They'll come back for 2. Good full shot. His 28th half-century in his ODI career. And don't forget, he's got 5 centuries to add to that.
Just the 42 balls, so exactly what was required at the situation he came in, and now he finds himself at the end of the innings, and he's very good. Improvising, as we saw in this over, but he can also play some big shots if necessary.
Last ball of the over. So this is a very big over. Bangladesh profiting, 12 runs off it. 265 for 3.
ভাই দেখেন 1 মাস আগে ফ্রেন্ড রিকোয়েস্ট পাঠিয়েছি, এখনো অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে না। আমি আমার ফেসবুক অ্যাকাউন্ট ডিঅ্যাক্টিভেট করে দেব।
শান্ত হ। ভালোই তো, বিড়ালটা ধর। এবার নতুন করে ফ্রেন্ড রিকোয়েস্ট পাঠান। ভাই আপনি তো একটা চিজ। আরে আমি না, আসল চিজ ইফাত চিজি বাইটস। আসল চিজের সাথে ইফাত চিজি বাইটস।
If they go at this rate, I think they'll be looking at the 10-run or over mark, as Mr. Campbell said. So, Wanindu Hasaranga continues with his leg spin. He's a man on the boundary at mid-wicket. The spinners seem to have done their bit here. Hasaranga has been good, particularly in this spell. He's looked to bowl slower. Also, he's looked to bowl straighter. On strike. The two balls of the first two runs of the first two balls, I must say.
Yeah, they most certainly going to be looking for the boundary. He's got to be really up to the mark here. Ranga. Oh, there we go. There's another bit of improvisation. Cleverly done. Not enough pace on the ball, so not going to go away to the boundary for 4. So good at those little deflections, isn't he, Mushfiqur Rahim? This time he plays a genuine scoop shot, trying to get it up and over the wicketkeeper, and he executes perfectly.
Just looking to use the pace of the ball, which wasn't really too much. That's a slog sweep. But one other thing that is in the favor of Bangladesh, Ali, here is the experience they carry. Tremendously experienced side.
Not only that, and their record at home. They've won the last 5 series, or 5 of the last 6, so they're very, very difficult to beat at home. There's the big shot, and there's the maximum. You always knew they were looking for it. Mahmudullah has danced down the wicket and deposited it over Madan for 6.
Very good use of the feet. Always looking to come down the pitch. This time, got to it. And lovely extension of the arms. And lovely follow through as well. Went way over the line. 11 runs in this over as well. They've made up for those dot balls. So last ball to go. Saranga will want to finish off strongly. So the 50 partnership is up with that single. 277 for 3.
সর্বোৎকৃষ্ট কাঁচামালে তৈরি গাজী পিভিসি পাইপ, আগাগোড়া মজবুত, বাংলাদেশের সেরা পাইপ। গাজী পাইপ আগে আসলে কত উপকারী না পাইতাম। গাজী প্রথম, গাজী সেরা।
That's what this pair have done. 50 or 43. Both been quite good. Mushfiqur Rahim has done the bulk of the scoring. 50-run partnership. Nuwan Pradeep will continue. Last 5 overs of the Bangladesh innings. Magnificent crowd in. Don't forget today is the Friday. Sri Lankan seamers. They have struggled with the Yorker. Attempted a few Yorkers in the last game. Now this is high. This is high. Thisara Perera comes around and takes it very safely. Nuwan Pradeep gets the wicket. And Mahmudullah has to go as Sri Lanka have got the 4th wicket.
Yeah, good piece of bowling from Nuwan Pradeep. It was the slower ball. There we go, out the back of the hand, deceived him. And all he could do was get a lot of length on it, but it was vertical as opposed to horizontal. And Thisara Perera makes no mistake. Critical breakthrough at a crucial time. Mahmudullah gone for 24. Bangladesh now 277 for 4.
2 বছরের ওয়ারেন্টি যুক্ত গাজী পাম্প।
277 for 4. Shabir Rahman, he's the new batsman. His average can improve, under 30. He's got 100 as yet, the best of 65. Again, coming in with the last 5 overs, so hasn't possibly had the opportunity. But another look, this was a clever slower delivery, so he got more height really. And the bottom man coming into play, and Thisara Perera, one of the safest catchers in the Sri Lankan side. Big hands, making sure, bucket-like hands, making sure that they were quite well clasped. Mushfiqur Rahim crossed on that, he'll be on strike.
You'll know he's going to be either trying to bowl slow balls or Yorkers. That's going to be the mix at this particular juncture in the game. Well, I'd be surprised if he tries a few innovative things here. There it is, slower ball. And yeah, it's okay. It's making it so it was well out of his reach, Mushfiqur, but he's a small lad. And I think he gave himself a bit of room as well. There he is, stays leg side of the ball, and yeah, that's well within the line. See the white line there, those of you viewing at home, it's a guideline for the umpire to judge whether it's wide or not, and that one clearly inside.
That's a low full toss straight to the man at mid-off. Doesn't throw. Single. So Bangladesh on the charge.
I thought he would have had a crack then, particularly being Mushfiqur Rahim, and he's the man that can do damage in these last few overs. Worth the dip. I know he would have looked up and seen that there was no one backing up, but Niroshan D'Aquila had come across. I think he would have been able to make the save, but well worth a dip, I reckon. Captain Dinesh Chandimal bounced up nicely for him. I reckon it was well worth a crack at the stumps.
Sri Lankans have had a few opportunities like that, but haven't been great marksmen. Just wanting to make sure that the fielders are in the right place. So we got 3 balls to go in the over. He's mixing it up quite well, Nuwan Pradeep. He wouldn't mind these singles at all. Sri Lanka wouldn't mind singles at all at this stage. So far, 2 runs of the over and a wicket. They got 2 balls to go. Mushfiqur Rahim will be the key here. Bangladesh will want him to finish off well, and will want him to bat to the end.
Cut away, but again, straight to the protection out on the offside. As you mentioned, Roshan very happy at this stage of an innings for singles to be the order of the day. Just want to try and protect the boundaries. Played well as Mushfiqur Rahim, really been able to supply some deft touches as well as being able to brutally hit it down the ground if required. That's one of his strong areas, cutting it. Deft touch as well. That's live and really, really well bowled. Slower ball again. Great over that for Sri Lanka. 46 bowled, 280 for 4.
2 বছরের ওয়ারেন্টি যুক্ত গাজী পাম্প আছে তাই আর কোনো চিন্তা নাই স্রোতের ধারায় বইবে জীবন পানির অপর নাম জীবন
Well, we're into the last 4 overs of the Bangladesh innings. 24 legal deliveries. And Mushfiqur Rahim on strike. He's raced to 58 or 49. Shabir Rahman just in. The last 5 overs, 34 runs and a wicket. Sri Lanka will be pleased that they haven't given too many, but these last 4 overs are critical. Thisara Perera. He tends to do that, particularly towards the end. Bowls with a lower arm, with a squarish arm. Look at this. There you are, tends to go very low. Gets a little bit of reverse back.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of tail back there. First time we've really seen that in the tournament thus far. And it was from a little bit of a round arm action. Definitely got it to come in a little bit to Mushfiqur Rahim.
Pass extra cover. In fact, it beats two fielders. Oh, it just trickles to the boundary. Akila Dhananjay, deep extra cover, made a valiant effort. Just tried to pull it in. Couldn't.
Yeah, it was in the slot. There's the first dive, trying to cut it off, and the man at the extra cover boundary gets there, actually, Dhananjay, but not able to flick it back inside play. All he can watch do is trickle onto the boundary ropes. Yeah, he's annoyed.
4 balls to go in the over. Bowled him. Desi does very well. He looks for the Yorker. And that is done extremely well. Delivers the perfect Yorker, does Thisara Pereira. Trying to heave it away on the leg side. Mushfiqur Rahman cannot make contact. And it crashes into leg stump, uproots it. He's disappointed. He knows he wanted to be there at the end. But Thisara Pereira has made a vital breakthrough. Mushfiqur Rahim gone for 62. Bangladesh now 284 for 5. Well, look who's here. The captain, Mashrafi Mortaza. If you're wondering why the row was, it was for him. They love him here, Mashrafi Mortaza. Such a popular player. Remember when he captained Rangpur Riders in that BPL, he did a brilliant job when they won the BPL. He's here because Thisara Pereira castled Mushfiq with a brilliant delivery, leg stump, uprooted. It's off the mark with a single. So far, dot 4, wicket 1. So 5 runs so far of 4 balls.
Two new men at the crease as well. So not Bangladesh would have wanted. They would have wanted an in-man to take advantage of these last few overs. Nonetheless, two very good strikers of cricket ball are Ashrafi and Sabir. They're going to have to still be spot on, the Sri Lankans. Thisara Pereira has been in this particular over. A hint of in-swing there again, a hint of tailing in to the right-hander. He's got the Yorkers almost spot on. Batsman not able to get underneath it, not able to get it away. The one that did go for the boundary was wide. That's been the key. If you're going to bowl the Yorkers, you've got to make sure that at the stumps, the batsman misses, you hit. It's the age-old cliche in cricket. Don't allow the batsman to free his arms whatsoever.
It's straight back. Oh, that's unfortunate. Approach the middle stump. But Pereira's over comes to an end. 6 runs and a wicket. 286 for 5.
সকালে বিকালে অথবা সন্ধ্যায় যে যখন ঢাকা চাই মাখনের স্বাদে ভরা আছে নোনতা ইফাত টি টাইম চায়ের সাথে সেরা চা ইফাত টি টাইম চায়ের সাথে সেরা চা
.286 for 5. Mashrafi just in. Slammed that last ball straight back past the bowler. Very unfortunate that it hit the middle stump at the opposite end. That was hit so firmly, it would have raced away to the boundary. Sri Lanka can do with a little bit of luck here, Ali. Rather, the green have been going Bangladesh's way, honestly, in this game. Sri Lanka wouldn't mind this combination. Two new batsmen, as you said. So different to having a set batsman who's getting things moving on and moving things along. But here, Shabir and Mashrafi looking to push the ball into gaps. What Sri Lanka will want is no boundaries in the last 3 overs.
Yeah, they'll be very happy with the return thus far. The last 43 runs, come in 42 balls and 2 wickets as well. So just on run a ball. And it could have been a lot worse than that with wickets in hand. Be very happy with the way it's gone thus far. Sri Lanka, and if they can finish these last 3 overs in the same fashion, they would have pulled it back nicely.
Mashrafi on strike. Short ball. Straight to the man at square leg. Again, as you said, they're using the slower ball, change of pace quite well. That was bowled much slower. Back of the hand. Just didn't arrive. How effective is the change of pace? There was a time when people used to think, when the limited over game started, that a spinner wouldn't have a place in the shorter format. Spinners and slow balls seem to have done so much of damage, not just in the 50 over. This is straight over the bowler's head, 1 bounce for 4. That is Shabir Rahman.
I don't think a ball has been hit harder today. There was a slower ball, it sat up and it was like the tennis forehand. There it is, sits up and he smashes it down the ground, straight over the bowler's head. And it got to the boundary in an absolute flash and a blur. There we go, flat as you like, 1 bounce, crashes into the advertising hoardings. Super shot.
Already 6 runs in the over on the pads this time. I think Pradeep was becoming a bit predictable. Shabir Rahman was waiting for it. He read it quite well, waited for it, just picked his spot. I think he needs to mix it up rather than bowl too many slow balls. In this over so far, he's just bowled 1 delivery with his normal pace. The others have been much slower. 2 balls to go. Let's see what he does here. Mashrafi on strike. Slices it down towards deep point. And that will run away, I think. I believe it has.
He's professing ignorance, the fielder down there, but I think he was ominously close to the advertising cushions. And, well, we'll check this, there's no doubt about that. And probably find that the ball has gone for 4. Oh, here he is. He's well in control of it at the moment. There he goes. Well, it's underneath his body, isn't it? And he's touching the rope, so I think fairly easy call for the third umpire. And there will be the sweeping arm of the standing umpire to signal another boundary. So 11 of this over so far. Good comeback from Bangladesh. 1 ball remaining.
Another one. Oh, taken. That is a very good catch. Brilliant catch by Akila Dhananjay. For a moment, I thought it was going away from him. And he virtually plucked it. He's a short man. And 2-handed catch. Very good catch indeed. Take a look at this.
Another slower ball. Waited for it well, did Mashrafi. I think at that stage, he thought he had got enough on it, but have a look at that. Running away to his left, above his shoulders. Takes a really good catch. He can do some damage at the end, Mashrafi. But on this occasion, he'll have to do the long walk back for 6. Bangladesh now 297 for...
Well, Nasir Hussain is a new batsman. He's another man who can really use the long handle. Pereira it is. And the first delivery. That ball just slicing off, I think, the bat. He was looking to play that paddle. Low full toss.
It was the right ball for it, wasn't it? This is the last wicket. Mashrafi Mortaza giving himself room, swinging it away on the leg side. There he goes. He thinks, oh, I've got enough on this, until little Dhananjaya appeared from the shadows and made the grasp.
So they've got 11 balls to go. Oh, well bowled, well bowled. It's a good Yorker. That's a good Yorker. Thisara Perera thought that hit the pad first. Yes, they've gone up. They thought pad first.
Yep. Param review for leg before wicket and originally given not out. Could we start with front foot no ball, please? Yeah, it's fine. Fair delivery. Spin vision, please. Oh yeah, definitely. It's hit. Definitely hit the foot first. So DRS ball tracking when you're ready, please. Thank you. We're just standing by for ball tracking, Shams. Still waiting on Hawkeye, standing by. Okay, the impact is in line, pitching in line, wickets is hitting. So, Sham, stand by. You're going to have to reverse your decision. You're on screen now.
So very good review. Excellent review by Thisara Perera and, of course, Dinesh Chandimal. Nasir Hussain has to go. He's out of the very first ball he faced. Bangladesh 298 for 7. Mohammad Saifuddin is a new batsman, the youngster who played in the BPL. Very impressive. And some good stats in that BPL. He's already played ODI cricket for Bangladesh. He's on strike. Thisara Perera has got a wicket of the second ball of the over. Straight to the man at point. They'll get a single. Fielders at the edge of the 30-yard circle.
No doubt about this. Hit his boot first and was definitely going on to hit the stumps. Really good piece of bowling from Thisara Perera, and he's done it in this spell of his, finding the block hole time and time again. There's been some reverse swing as well, no doubt about that. We saw that the first delivery to Saifuddin against the left-hander going away from him. Really, really good execution of his skills at the back end of this innings.
He's got 3 balls to go in the over. This is very good bowling. The 300 is up, but this is good bowling. Tailing in, going for the Yorker. Sri Lankans will be pleased that they have restricted Bangladesh to some extent. They've still got an over to go. The third 100 of 85 balls, it could have been much, much quicker. If not been for some good bowling towards the end by Sri Lanka. And Thisara Perera has been good. Well, look at Thisara Perera's release point. Started off with a very straight arm, but then later on with an older ball, tends to go a little bit square, just like that.
This is really, really good stuff. Top bowling from a top cricketer. That'll give you an indication what they have to surmount today, Sri Lanka, if they're going to win this game. The highest score, India against Pakistan, 330. Pakistan to beat Bangladesh, 327. And Bangladesh against India, 297. The latter two in 2014. End of the over. What an over it was from Thisara Perera. One remaining, 301 for 7.
Oh, it's 1 over to go in the Bangladesh innings. 301 for 7. Going at 6.14 runs an over. Turanga Lakmal, he will bowl the 9th. The final over of the Bangladesh innings. Saifuddin on strike. Sri Lanka have come back quite strongly. Just 58 runs in the last 9 overs. That is a very good comeback, Ali, considering the position Bangladesh were in. They were looking very good for around 330, I thought. 3-0-1 for 9 with 1 over to go.
That's been a terrific comeback. Really has. Now they just need to finish it off. Full toss, hit down the ground. We'll go all the way for 4. And that's not how you want to start the last over. We've seen Thisara Perera not miss the block hole, bowl superb Yorkers. But on this occasion, Lakmal has not done that. He's tried to go for the Yorker, bowled the full toss, and with mid-off up in the circle, just needed to get past him and was always going to run away for 4.
Yeah, not a good start. Lakmal is a very experienced campaigner. Now, this is only the second time Bangladesh have got past 300 against Sri Lanka. 42 ODIs. 5 balls to go in the over. Will that be called a wide? They're running. Did it touch any part of the batsman's body? Oh, it signaled a leg by. Just brushing the pad. Possibly the back leg. Turanga Lakmal would have been worried, thinking that that would be called a wide, which means would have to bowl an extra ball. But now just 4 balls to go from a Sri Lankan point of view. But importantly for Bangladesh, Shabir Rahman is on strike. He's the more aggressive out of the two. Can hit the long ball. Let's see what he could do with the last 4. Mid-off inside the circle. 1 man at deep extra cover, deep point. Straight to the man at extra cover.
Precious dot ball. He's aiming for that gap, mid-off and extra cover inside the circle. They're aiming to pierce the gap between them. Shabir Rahman on that occasion not able to do so.
Obviously, we'll have to bowl to that offside field, but there is no man at long off, nobody behind extra cover. But there is a man on the fine leg boundary. Option could be to bring in the fine leg and push a man to the extra cover boundary. Let's see. Again. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Chandimal will manage to pull it just inside. They have run 3, I think. They'll want to check it, but I think he managed to stop it. Let's see how good that is.
Yeah, he's done really well here. Dinesh Chandimal. Tell you what, he would have been aiming to make more contact on the ball than that. But I think he's got just enough on it before he hits the boundary rope. Oh, hold on. Does that hit the foot, I think? I think that footage there will show you that it's made contact with the boot as he's on the advertising cushion. So this might well be 4 more to Bangladesh. Yeah, there's the confirmation of that. Thought he had done really well, and before we ran it on a bit, it looked like he had made the save, but that trailing foot has put paid to a decent bit of fielding. I don't understand Sri Lanka's ploy, because they're having that fine leg fielder on the boundary and they're looking to bowl wide of the off stump. Mid off inside the circle. In fact, Shabir Rahman needs just 1 run for 1,000 in ODI cricket. He's on 999. 2 balls to go. Oh, that's sailing over mid-on. That's 1,000 runs, 1,000 plus runs in ODI cricket. But more importantly, he's got a 6 with 1 ball to go. What a strike. Missed his lengths. And he's paid the ultimate price. And able to swing the arms, hit it right up the middle of the bat and went back a long, long way. 87 meters to be precise. What a strike that is from Shabir Rahman. And they're having a very good over here. All the good work. Just getting undone a little bit here in this last over. I think you took words out of my mouth. Tisara Pereira's previous over. Good work. Another one. Very high. And turns out to be a very expensive over, and just the finish Bangladesh wanted. 320 for 7, and well, Surangal Akmal should be kicking himself for that over. 19 of that last over. What a flourish at the end for Bangladesh. They put together a really, really good first innings here at the Sherry-Bangla National Stadium, and a huge crowd has turned out to cheer them on. 320 for 7. Sri Lanka are going to have to bat out of their boots to win this game. And let me tell you, it's a very good surface out there. Nice outfield as well. So they've got every chance of making this a very, very close game. They did that against Zimbabwe, fell 12 runs short in the end. But they've got an opportunity here to really make amends and arrest their slump in one-day international cricket. They're not walking off the field dejected. They haven't got their heads hanging low. And that's a good sign. You want to be going into that changing room with a positive attitude, because even though they've taken a pasting out there, they'll soon have their chance to bat.
What a treat for the holiday crowd here in Mirpur. It's Friday. They've come in their numbers and they've seen their home team put on an absolute exhibition. 320 for 7 in the 50 overs. Mashrafi Mortaza won the toss, decided to bat first. But I can tell you one thing, because of the surface, my studio guest is not exactly jumping up and down. Because Athar Ali Khan, 320 is good, but it could have been 340.
Could have been, but I think Bangladesh will be quite happy to see them ending up at 320 for 7 after 50 overs. Especially the last over, Shabir Rahman really cut loose and he got 19 runs at the last over. Can make a big difference, because remember, even though its surface is very good, Sri Lanka struggled to chase 290.
Yeah. Loving the sunglasses, by the way. The sun finally out. When we started, it was all fog and cold and gloom.
Yeah, it's much better, much nicer conditions here. I don't mind the cold too, but yes, if the sun is out, it should be very good conditions for batting. So Bangladesh have done the part with the batting department. They need to be right at the top with the bowlers.
Yeah, either it's the winter wardrobe or it's the sunglasses that come out. But for now, it was a dazzling performance from the Bangladesh batsmen. It was a 3-part innings. It was Tamim, who was the starter. It was Shakib, who was the builder. And it